Deadly Tarantula Girl coming to you from my private serpentarium tonight to bring you another breeding video. This one is Caribena versicolor, previously known as Avicularia versicolor, commonly known as the Martinique Pinktoe or the Antilles Pinktoe or whatever you want to call it. This pair was, the female belongs to me. The male was sent to me by Will Weber. He actually thought he was sending me a female, and his girl popped out into a mature male, which was okay because I have females too. So thank you to Will Weber for this handsome little boy. Let's just get right to it. So I'm going to try to bring these two out so they can meet each other. There she is. So you want to try and coax them out, preferably without disturbing their home or making them too anxious if possible. Although she's way down at the bottom. Okay, she's hiding pretty well. She is nice. I love this species. If you're not familiar with them, as fairly young slings, they are really bright blue. And as adults, you can see they're very fluffy and pink, purple, and green. Come here, little buddy, and I'll give you a ride. There we go. Male, female. He's the smaller one. Okay. And this is exactly what we wanted to see. And they're just going for it. Perfect. No need for me to narrate this action. I think you can see very clearly what's going on. If you're trying to breed your tarantulas, you want to see them come front to front. And ideally, he will tap, she will rear up, and then he will pin her front legs, and then he will penetrate her epigastric fold with his pedipalpal bulbs. They kind of look like boxing gloves, and it kind of looks like that's what he's doing. And so what he is doing is very gently making a deposit in that epigastric fold. And if she decides to make an egg sac in the future, then when it passes through that epigastric fold as she is delivering the eggs into the egg sac, it will ideally be fertilized. Not every single egg gets fertilized, but in a good fertilization, most of the eggs will be fertilized during that process. And so basically you want to see him working at it for a little while there, and then when he feels like his pedipalpal bulbs no longer have any charge, then he will carefully retreat, and that is usually when I jump back in and make sure that he can get in the clear. The females will cannibalize on some occasions, although not very often in this species. So I'm pretty relaxed, just kind of sitting here watching. Usually they breed fairly quickly and are not typically aggressive toward each other. So she's being nice and docile, and he seems to know exactly what he needs to do. So they don't need much help at all. And you can see they are conducting an arboreal breeding, which is common because this is a tree-dwelling species. And so a lot of times you'll see them in kind of precarious looking breeding positions, and that's just kind of how it goes down in the wild. So I don't usually worry. See, that was a very gentle disengagement, and he's still just kind of like vibrating and tapping away. So she looks like she's ready to go back, and encourage her to go back into her enclosure. There we go. You always want to make sure their toes are out of the way before you screw the lids on. because sometimes they can get a leg caught if you're not careful. So here comes Will's little male. Just gonna guide him back home. There we go. Drops right down in there, nice and safe. What I will do now is make sure they are heavily watered and that they both have plenty of food, and I will date these tags so I can get a guesstimated drop date, although people ask me that all the time. How long will it be before I get an egg sac? You never know. You really never know. Hopefully it won't be long. It's mid-February, so it's getting to be that time. And yes, that was beautiful. Well, breeding videos never fail to entertain, and I love pairing this species because they're so beautiful. I think they're amazing to watch. Fingers crossed, and hopefully Will and me will be mommies and daddies soon. Hope you guys like this one, and I'll see you guys next time.